anyone else that'll listen. We're cutting the ribbon. We're cutting the ribbon right now. This is the new park design, and it came with a lot of hard work, but the design is to repurpose 2/3 of the park for more efficient use. And this is our very crude park design here, but it looks at, this is Park, South Elliott, Flushing, Ashland. And what we discovered that one thing that will increase what a lot of us want to see in terms of green space would be the repurpose of the softball field, which is really not used that much. It's asphalt. It doesn't, it sort of disconnects the park from one part of it. They actually did 1/3 of the park already, but 2/3 is not done. So we looked at, we created a list, and what it was, repurpose the softball field to create more green space, improve lighting, better bathrooms, and expand the bathroom house area to include a recreational facility, which would become the centerpiece of the park. And we also looked at involving youth volunteers from local schools and housing to participate in green space and green clean programming.
Was that centerpiece my clubhouse?
That is. That's what it is. That's what it is. We workout facility. There you go. We also looked at creating a jogging path around the park, because there currently isn't a jogging path at all. So you need something that's not in the mud. It's a jogging path. This design does lend to a turf design, which would give us that multi-purpose space and a all year round use without the park being so much maintenance associated with it. We do know there are pitfalls with turf, but we like what it does on a regular basis. We also looked at creating the potential turf and portable seating, because one of the things when the brother talks about the pit bulls, the one thing I was interested to hear, he said he didn't mention that he needed money. He said he needed kids. So what we need to create right here is that field of dreams. When kids want to come there, they want to play on that field, they want to sit down, and parents want to sit down and look at their kids play. It's a natural. They've done it over here with Brooklyn Tech on on Fulton Street, so it works. So green space under the BQE. The BQE continues to be just a dormant, underused, underdeveloped, they didn't think about that properly, under the BQE. When I know when we were growing up, that's where our parents and them drank at. I know it's more than that. It's more than that. It could be more. It could be more than that. So ultimately, what we're talking about, I'm going to yield to my partner. But what we were ultimately, because one of the things he said, don't just tell us about what it's going to look like, but how we get there. So the how we get there, so I'm giving you the glamour, he's going to give you the glitz. What I'm telling you is, it ultimately is a rethinking of the Flushing Avenue side. We couldn't think of a better partner than Wegmans and the Brooklyn Navy Yard, because you know what? They're building those buildings right there, but once again, it's going to be isolated. It's a park right across the street, and there's no entrance to come in that invites you to come in. So this is the new green space. This is the existing playground. This was the improved area. This is our new recreational area. This is our new turf. That's my part of it.
Just very shortly, I mean, everything that everyone is saying, whether it's communications or capital building, it's about building partnerships with local institutions, elected officials, local churches, businesses, nonprofits that will then lobby the people accountable in our communities to get people out, get people to engage their constituencies and their neighbors. And the way that we build partnerships is just through sharing, telling someone, just at least one person that you know, and then incentivizing them to for them to tell someone else. And then another idea was, that was also discussed in another presentation, was to get kids from the middle school and high schools from around the park involved through, in volunteering through creating incentives such as youth career development and school credits. Those were two ideas.
Yes, and I want to thank Tiffany and Barbara who led through this whole process very well. And you know, this is doable. This is doable. This is a park that's been underutilized. 2/3 of that park is really not being used. 2/3 of a park that surrounds over 5,000 units of housing within a half a block in either direction.
Yeah, just like to add on to your thing as far as the volunteering, my program is not only a football program, we're nonprofit, so we have done community service for Brooklyn Tech's football team, and some of the community people who've gotten in trouble, we have them come out, work with our program, and they've been watched, and we've done community service. So instead of going to we're far away, you can go right across the street in your own community, and we can give you that community service credit.